You can make the argument that Heath Ledger's worse because she's basically the thing
tool.
she uses, the tool to get what he really wants. It's not even her that she wants. He's worse.
Take that.
He's worse, Brett. You think you're so profound over there.
And now you finally get it.
Women are tools.
That's right.
I've been waiting months for this moment.
30 episodes.
I had to let you get there yourself.
Go back and listen to A Knight's Tale if you're trying to figure out what we're talking about, which was a great episode.
Is a fantastic episode. I feel like that's where we actually turned.
Welcome to The Cover, where three Hoosier friends judge books by their covers and movies by their trailers.
That's right. I'm Brett, here with my fellow Indiana natives, Remington and Marcus, ready to dive into the stories that keep us up all night and occasionally put us to sleep.
Whether you're a bookworm, movie buff, or just here for the witty banter, we've got you covered.
Each week, we'll dissect a different book or movie, sharing fun facts, hot takes, and moments that make Marcus cry. Spoiler alert, we're not experts, but we're definitely opinionated.
From literary masterpieces to blockbuster flops, nothing is safe from our snarky reviews and wild tangents. Who knew Hoosiers could be this entertaining?
So grab your popcorn and reading glasses because we're about to embark on a hilarious journey through the pages and screens that shape our lives. Or at least our weekends.
You're listening to The Cover. Let's get the show on the road before one of our kids wakes up.
So anyway, Dean Martin, hey, welcome. What's new is top 9 things you should not buy cheap. Remington, what's number 1 on your list?
Or we're just going to create a top 9 together. We
Yeah.
don't all have to come up with 9.
Yeah, and every time we do this, we end up at like 5, and then we say, "What's new on the cover?" And then we just move on.
This is our what's new, though.
But what was the one that what was the reason I said this? Because I came up with one. I'm like, oh, we should do a top 9 of things. Oh, tattoos.
Yes.
Things you should not.
Jelly roll.
Things you do not want.
The other jelly roll. The other jelly roll.
Things you do not want to discount on.
Yeah.
Tattoos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
You're the only other one that I can't believe you don't have a tattoo.
Hey, dude.
2 of us are tattooed here.
I don't know if it's going to be Jesus paid it all or the Bible told me so, but one of the 2 things is going on my left,
The Bible
right pectoral.
So.
Would it matter? Would you do right or left?
Dude, I almost got you laughing so hard during the retreat when I was singing The Bible Tells Me So.
Yeah. While I'm playing the guitar.
Yeah. I was going to keep doing it, but I was like, I can't take away from this moment.
Well, when you started doing it, I'm like,
wait,
he's got a different lyrics than I do.
So tattoos was my first one.
What I was doing.
Mine.
And his take, by the way, was Jelly Roll. I saw this reel, and he's like, "Let me give you," and I've heard this before, but it's so true. You don't skimp out. Like, people will pay $250 for shoes, but ask for a discount on their tattoos, and then they get what they pay for. Doesn't make sense.
With you forever.
All right, what's one for you, Brett?
Toilet paper.
Good one.
Mm-hmm.
I like
Toilet
that a
paper.
lot.
It takes one. You always are like, you know what? Why do I make a big deal out of this? And then you're not picky about where you stop and go to the bathroom, and then
That brings you
are
back.
one. Yeah, you're one away.
What is your guys' brand of choice? Brawny?
I like
Charmin.
the Continental.
Is
Ooh,
it
that's
Charmin
good.
or
With the
Charmin?
ridges. With the ridges.
Did you say Charmin?
Charmin, isn't it?
Not
Charmin?
Charm.
What?
Char.
Charmin.
Char.
It's a CH. Charmin.
It's Charmin, right? Am I stupid?
Charmin.
Yeah,
Charmin.
it's
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
You're
get
saying
out of
Charmin.
here. Get out of here, Charmin boy.
There is a double plied cottonelle that is very favorable.
I like the Continental with the ridges.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Have you ever gone from toilet paper in your own house and like you haven't gotten used to the thickness, and so there's a new one and you get what you think is the right amount and it's way too much.
I will
or
say
way
if
too little.
Jessica orders that's a funny thought.
Then you got to wash your hands extra.
Be a man. Use your hand. You remember that back in the day?
Yeah. Why does the toilet paper have a hole in it?
Little aggressive. little aggressive with that wipe. I'll go with it's sitting right in front of us. Alcohol for me. Like I'm not drinking to get drunk, and I just don't want to buy crappy alcohol.
No. First fifth I ever bought was at least $4. I had no idea what I was doing, and I had no money, and I paid for it. Quite literally.
Good work.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You paid for it. So that's my first one.
We didn't know.
I think condoms is up there.
That's a good one.
We have 17 kids, but three of us.
What's a condom?
It's true.
No, I'm just kidding. It's gonna be a good one.
Things not to buy cheap.
Sushi.
Oh, sushi was on there.
Do not get a discount on sushi.
Sushi's a good one.
Don't get your sushi at a gas station, no matter how nice it is, even if it's a Buc-ee's or a Leo's in Marcus's case.
So good.
Hey, I would probably trust sushi from Leo.
Leo's is an impressive outfit.
Now, I will say that I've gotten sushi at like Kroger before.
Yeah, I would put that in the same vein. I would put that in the same vein. Like
it's
sushi,
definitely not
if I'm gonna
good,
do sushi,
but like,
I've got one.
I want to know the guy that made the sushi.
You know the guy that
I
makes
want
the
to
sushi
see
at
the
these
man.
places.
I want to see the man, and I don't want English to be his primary language.
I will say
I'm
this:
gonna eat his sushi.
Kroger, that's legit. Kroger's got.
I don't think all Krogers
are
created equal.
Okay, here's one that I
actually like the new Kroger on Allisonville, by the way.
Dude, have you guys been to the new Market something or other off of 116th, like on the way to school?
Where? 116th and what?
116th and Keystone, basically. There's it's called the Market something or other. Dude, walk in that place. It's incredible.
World Market? No,
it's not World Market. It's a restaurant.
I've heard about this.
It's
like
got like
mellow
popcorn
mushroom
and ice cream.
I've heard about
and
this.
stuff. Yes,
Okay.
yeah, right over there. It's awesome.
Like kind of hidden. Like okay,
Yeah.
like between mellow
Like, it's
mushroom.
probably
and
an
flakes.
old marsh. Is probably what it is. But yeah,
Here's one on mine.
walk
that
in there. You guys will
I don't
love
think you guys will agree with right away, but I think you will agree with after. The seats at a sporting event, and here's why I say that. Every time I do that,
I'm with you.
and then I'm like, I could have paid $50 extra per ticket to be right
Every time.
there,
Totally.
and I want to be right there.
Yeah.
But I don't realize it until I'm there.
Now that can get away from you.
You can.
I think all of these things that we're talking about can, like, if you're gonna use the seating analogy, right, and you're gonna go with alcohol, it's like you can purchase ridiculously expensive alcohol, and I don't the really expensive alcohol that I've tasted, I don't know that I think that it's worth it.
Yeah.
Compared to, being able to, purchase alcohol all year instead of just once a year. Right?
You're going way too deep.
It's the same thing with sporting events for me. It's like if I'm in the right general vicinity, I'm going to have about the same. Like it's not going to be the same experience as being on the floor.
But then there's a point where that even goes like to have my feet on the floor of a basketball game once versus going to any other sporting event the entire rest of the year. I'd probably pick.
Well, then you should just do it.
That's what I'm saying.
Wow, that's an interesting perspective, Brett.
Thank you.
So go one time instead of 3 times and spend the money on that one time.
It probably wouldn't be 3.
It's more than 3.
It'd be more than 3.
Yeah.
It'd be more
to
than
get
3.
your feet on the ground against the wolves.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be more than 3.
It's more than 3.
All right, I got another one.
Yeah.
Surgery. You haggle after.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Don't haggle before. You don't want that guy thinking, how much am I making on this?
I will also things not to haggle on.
By the way, those surgeons are real people and they think about the person that they're doing surgery on. Like I met my mom's surgeon and he's a real dude. Like he's our age.
She must have hurt her kneecap more than I hurt mine.
Well, she split it in half, Marcus. So,
well, that's what happened to me.
You broke it as well, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think
you didn't have surgery?
No.
You're a young buck.
In half?
Mm-hmm.
is still broken in half.
The body's an amazing thing.
I was
Apparently
in
Marcus
a
is a
I was in a
human
brace.
specimen.
I was in a brace that kept my leg completely straight for 5 or 6 weeks, and then I was in another brace that I could only bend it a little bit for another like 3 weeks. The atrophy in my thigh was ridiculous.
Oh man.
Rem, how many did you say we usually get to?
So I got a funny story about this. Wait, what'd you say?
How many did you say we usually
Yeah,
get
we're
to?
at like 5 right now.
Well, most of them are rims.
I wrote down one more, brake pads. That's eventually we stop,
What we're not gonna say cutlery.
Yeah. That's it. There you go. We always come back to
Thank you.
What were you just talking about?
That's serious.
Oh, the atrophy.
Atrophy.
So this is crazy. I read
was bad.
I read a stat. So I broke my wrist, got surgery on it, and the recovery was very long. I was basically rookie of the year with my hand in a cast that was like up here like the whole time. And I read somewhere that if you work out the other limb, that your recovery is somewhere between 10 and 20% faster. So just keep working out. You obviously can't lift anything while you're in a cast, but work out your legs, work out your other limb, which might be true. It might have worked. What I didn't take into account is how my left chest muscles are considerably oblong. Like my chest, I would be working out and I didn't notice right away.
Gosh, I wish I would have been here to make fun of.
I didn't notice right away, but I'm looking in the mirror and I'm like, something is not right.
Is this when you broke your wrist when we were in Ireland?
No, that was a different time. Yeah, I broke that hand twice. Anyway, that's a real thing.
How long did that take to even out?
It's possible that it's still not there yet.
So guess what I broke my kneecap on?
I know the answer.
One of your kids.
Someone's shin. We were playing basketball.
Oh, was it Elliot? Was it backyard barn basketball?
No, Robert Van Kirk.
The thing is,
exorcisms.
Nobody like if Elliot wanted
Don't
to be
get a
good at
discount on
basketball,
exorcisms.
nobody would want to guard him either.
No.
If he just created a killer like baby jump hook shot, unstoppable.
No.
No one would want to touch him.
I don't think that's true. Yeah.
We call it bloody ball.
We got to 6. Welcome to the Cover Podcast.
Did you count exorcisms?
7.
Yeah.
I'm your host, non-exorcist
Wives.
Brett Wiggins.
Therapy.
Wives. And as always, to my left is
Marcus Mangus.
sitting to my right, top 9 extraordinaire.
Hair transplant.
Sir.
Remington Ramsey.
These are the chat GPT ideas.
CPR training.
What's the Office episode?
Oh, that's the best episode of any series of all time. That 5 minute
Strong statement.
scene is the best scene of
What's he
TV
start off
history.
with? It's
At
there's
first I was afraid. I was petrified.
But that's not the right song.
right.
That's-
Right. Because then she goes, staying alive, and that's when Andy Bernard takes off. Well, you can tell by the way I use my walk.
When he puts the mask on his face.
Hello, Clarice.
We answer 9 questions every week. We already
Puts the
answered one of
lotion
them.
in the basket.
Are we going to answer 9 questions?
Always
or
from
5?
your favorite books or movies. I don't know. We'll find out. This is the
Figure it
second
out.
episode of a back-to-back night.
How can you tell?
Record. Sir Remington, second question.
You always know the back-to-back because we're laughing as soon as it starts.
Before it even starts.
What are we covering?
Danny Ocean wants to score the biggest heist in history. He combines an 11-member team, including Frank Catton, Rusty Ryan, and Linus Caldwell. Their target, the Bellagio, the Mirage, and the MGM Grand. All casinos owned by Terry Benedict. It's not going to be easy as they plan to get in secretly and out with $150 million. This movie is Ocean's 11, 2001 PG-13 rating, 1 hour 56 minutes runtime. And I'm going to go through them all, boys. George Clooney, Brad Pitt, Julia Roberts, Matt Damon. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Bernie Mac. I'll stop there. Casey Affleck. I'll keep going. Director Steven Soderbergh.
Wasn't there a Baldwin son in there too? but not Alex son, but Alex
That would be news to me.
brothers.
This Carl Reiner, one of the oldest in the cast that played Saul, had books. If you go to IMDb and you know how like you click on the actor and then their bio's right there, and it's typically a paragraph 2, maybe 3. Dude has like 20 paragraphs. He was a legend with Mel Brooks. He's this legendary comedian. This is all I know him from.
So time out. Since publishing your book and you have your author central on Amazon, you put in whatever bio you want.
Yeah.
Do you think he put in the bio?
It's possible. It's pretty epic. He definitely had ChatGPT do it.
Yeah. So you listed off all these people.
It's so funny because you're telling me things I do not know.
That makes sense.
I did not know you could do that. Yeah. I'm going to go edit mine now.
You can. I had mine said, stay up to date, hit that follow button. And then I
smash that subscribe.
And then I edited. No, that guy. I think that, dang it.
Oh, Bernie Mac?
No.
Andy Garcia? Don Cheadle.
Asian?
Don Cheadle.
That dude doesn't speak English, by the way, in real life.
Okay,
True
so
story.
there is one F-bomb in this entire movie.
It's so unnecessary.
Well, here's the ridiculous
funny,
part.
Though.
It's not that funny. Like they could have. I'm sorry.
Here's the ridiculous part. So my toddler
now Tammy can't watch it.
is in the phase.
Right.
My toddler is in the phase of waking up at midnight, comes to our bed, and some nights we're like just lay down, just stop, and we got done with something really, really late. And I'm like, I'm watching this movie. So I'm watching the movie.
What'd you get done with really, really late?
So I'm watching this movie. And
what are we drinking? What is this?
This movie is completely clean the whole time.
Yeah.
Like the whole time.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, from the time I paused it to pick up Hazel and put her in the bed and lay down, I'm like, she's just going to watch this with me. It's been fine. There's no blood squirts. There's been no cursing. There's a
strip club right at the beginning.
Oh yeah, they're in the poker scene.
Oh, that's true. The second.
Let's name all the things he forgot.
I know because I was watching this like during the middle of the day in our family room, and like these kids are walking by. I'm like,
the second I press play, he's like, "Where the F have you guys been?" And I look at her and I'm like, "You're tired." He's barely speaking English.
We're good.
3.
We're good.
I think we're all right.
We're fine.
We're fine.
Until tomorrow. This is where the story gets interesting. This is where it gets
no
good.
big deal.
What you guys know going into it? I didn't know it was a remake.
Yeah.
I did not realize that. That's what
60s,
I didn't know.
because you said
I honestly
Dean Martin.
don't remember what I knew going.
Dean
into
Martin
this.
was Danny Ocean back in the 60s.
Did you know that?
Was it Dean Martin or was it?
Yeah. Dean Martin. I thought you knew that. That's what you told me.
No, it was the Rat Pack, but it was what's his face that was Danny Ocean, right?
Frank
Sinatra.
Frank Sinatra.
Maybe you're right. Now I have to look it up.
Dean
and they
they
basically just created this movie
And gets
so
the
that they
girl.
could hang out in Vegas.
kind of like this podcast.
Who, the original?
Yeah,
Rat
the original
Pack?
guys, the original Rat Pack. Just
How are we
going to
get
hang
our
out
wives
with their friends
to
in
agree to
Vegas.
let us go to Vegas? And
I don't think they. Were
I don't think
concerned
they
about
cared about
wives.
that in the 60s.
Yeah.
You are right. It was Sinatra who was Danny Ocean, and Dean played. And Danny Ocean was the only character they kept the names of. All of the other ones have different ones, but the Rusty character, which by the way made the name Rusty cool, having Brad Pitt play that. Dean Martin was the Rusty character.
Mm-hmm. The best friend.
Sammy Davis Jr. You're right. It was a Rat Pack movie.
I just knew it was a star-studded lineup.
Who's the fourth Rat
When's
Pack?
the first time you guys saw this? I mean, I think I saw it very shortly
High
after
school.
it came out.
Yeah.
I think I saw it in theaters. I want to say possibly
2001. Yeah.
So I definitely would not have known it was a remake at that point.
You said 150 million. Here's what's silly. I don't know if I just think this way. This was made 2001. You said.
Yeah.
So that was 24 years ago. 150 million now. I'm kind of like,
The difference is it's cash.
We're so old.
Even now, cash-wise, that would be awesome. People are just epic. Like with crypto, it's like I
there
could
are-
still
there are-
$1 billion of
there
crypto
are
right now.
basketball players that make $75 million a year now.
This
Yeah,
is
that's
tax-free cash, by the way.
But they would have been making
I mean,
about
you
that in
probably have to
2001.
clean it, I
They would have
guess.
been making
No.
How much? How much did you say? 75?
Jordan finished his career in
$1 million
90.
a year.
Making 30,
So
right?
they make $75 million a year right now. Jordan finished his career sub 30. I think it was like 28.
It was right around 30, yeah.
And he finished his career in 98. So yeah, it's I mean, $75 million a year now. I think next max contract is maybe, I think the last one was Dame or something like that. But yeah, 70. James Harden's.
He's coming back for game 2, by the way. Rumor has it.
Fastest comeback ever from a clot like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
If he plays.
If he plays. Fastest ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back to the movie.
We'll see. Still not concerned.
I love the nuance, the quick dialogue, the smart, funny.
It's so fast.
It's so fast paced and it's so dry humor. I love it. I love every bit of it. Is this Danny? Is this George Clooney's like coming out party as an A-lister movie?
Well, that's a good question. As a movie star.
Had he already done Batman?
He had done, yes.
Yeah.
I don't think you get selected as Batman unless you were already A-lister.
But it was Tim Burton's Batman.
I don't know. That wasn't.
So,
and by the way, that wasn't. I'm not a fan of that Batman. I'm just saying you don't get selected.
But the thing is, I am a fan of that Batman.
That Batman is very nostalgic for me.
Yeah. So that was 97. That's an interesting point. So he had done ER. He hadn't done any big epic.
ER was his big thing.
That was, and then he was a guest spot on Friends. And ironically, I really feel like that was a big deal for him.
When was Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Oh, that's way late. That's way after.
Really?
Oh yeah. I'm scrolling right now.
04 or 05.
It was definitely high school.
He does a Tarantino.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's not a very well known and talked about Tarantino. He does From Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh yeah.
In '96, which is a cult classic, just like all of Tarantino's. But it's not a blockbuster. Then in '97, he kind of gets his Batman and Robin. So you're right. That would be his coming out A-lister party. But I feel like the movie that defines him as an actor.
To me,
is
this.
Ocean's 11.
Yeah, to me, it's the character Danny Ocean,
which is pretty cool to have that be about you being the main character of such a star-studded cast.
Yeah,
I mean, everyone took a hit on their quote so that they could work together on this. See, to your point, the Rat Pack said we just want to be in Vegas together.
It looks like they probably just wanted to have fun.
So Steven Soderbergh had them like hanging out constantly so that they could have this camaraderie.
So that's crazy because the way I view it now is that they always were the stars and they did get together to do it. But to your point, that's not completely true.
Not really. Like leading up to this, tell me if any of these movies you know George Clooney, if you even know these movies. The Peacemaker, it was a guest spot on Murphy Brown, Out of Sight, The Thin Red Line, The Book That Wrote Itself, Three Kings. Is anything making
Is Three
sense
Kings
to you?
the war movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but still, like...
Is Peacemaker also
Failsafe.
Is Peacemaker the submarine?
I don't know.
Okay.
Then Oh Brother Where Art Thou was right before this. So 2000.
Oh Brother Where Art Thou.
Which was a great movie.
Oh Brother Where Art Thou he's fantastic.
That song is awesome.
He's so good. And you know what's frustrating is he could have sang it, but they had someone
They
else come
joined
in.
the KKK almost.
No,
it's the politicians.
Yeah.
The KKK.
Yeah, that's another movie, by the way, that is what I think about sometimes, like the John Goodman character posing as a Bible salesman and being a part of the KKK, and other characters that are politicians hiding their hoods. Like, as someone who didn't know a lot about that, that's where I drew, some knowledge.
I love
from.
that movie. Oh Brother Where Art Thou.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it in a very long time.
Oh, so good.
It's
based on the Odyssey.
It's the Odyssey. It's a modern Odyssey.
I did read the Odyssey, or at least the Spark
The
Notes.
Odyssey's coming out this year, right?
Perfect Storm,
right?
Spy Kids, and then boom, Ocean's 11.
Spy Kids.
To your guys' point about the Batman,
Spy Kids. Who's he in Spy Kids?
That Batman was
Devin.
not...
Perfect Storm was good.
That Batman was not rated bad enough for my parents to watch it in front of me. So I did not see that one. So I don't think I've ever seen
Which
that.
is why we were
George
the
Clooney.
opposite.
Yes.
That's
She was
so
like, it was
funny.
awesome. It was the craziest movie we got to see. I fell
Arnold
asleep.
Schwarzenegger.
Uma Thurman.
All right, so since then, tell me what you guys think he might be known for more. I will tell you, there's movies that I like just as much, if not more, of Clooney, but I don't know that we collectively agree on that.
Here's the thing. I don't think Clooney's actually known for a movie at this point. He's known for being
a movie star.
the dude in Hollywood. He's known to be the what handsomest guy.
Yeah, sexiest man alive.
Yeah. There's just that.
Well, Up in the Air is my favorite.
That's what I was gonna say. That's one of my favorites. I love that. I love everything about that movie. It's a very for us who are salesmen and business people, and we travel a lot. Not as much as Brett, the world traveler.
Yeah.
That should be your favorite movie, Up in the Air.
I feel like I've seen the movie, but I can't think of it.
He basically has the job of getting hired to go in and fire like a whole division of people in a business.
It's a fantastic.
It's a great movie. Anna Kendrick's on it too.
Oh man,
she's great.
So while we're watching this movie, and I
Ocean's 11 now.
Ocean's 11.
Okay.
I turn to Kelsey and I go, "Hey, where does Clooney rank on like your sexiest men in Hollywood list?" And she goes, "He just doesn't do it for me. He's not on the list." And
He's
I'm
a little old.
And I go, and I turn to her in almost disgust, and I go.
What are you talking
about? Am I even on your list? And I didn't get a clear answer, by the way.
Do you know he has used this thing to cut his own hair?
He cuts his own hair? He cuts
his own hair, and he has this thing that looks like a blow dryer, but it sucks in.
Oh yeah, I've seen the infomercial.
And he's used it for like 30 years.
His hair?
No, that's how he cuts his hair. I don't know if it's to keep it thick or what.
Why on earth would that be a thing?
I don't know, man.
I really need a haircut.
All right, so Up in the Air, Ides of March. That could be. I mean, again,
that's not a bad one.
The Descendants. I mean, these aren't bad movies.
I do like The Descendants.
Gravity. These aren't George Clooney like. The Monuments Men is interesting. That's like a career-defining role. Hail Caesar, which is...
I didn't like Monuments Men as much, honestly.
Yeah, everything he's done since then. If
that's
none
what I'm
of
saying.
these...
That's
Didn't
what I'm saying.
He do another one?
kind of fell off since then,
He's
guys.
just kind of the... He's
just famous for being famous now.
Since Gravity, is that his last best one, probably?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of like great, very highly rated roles.
And Sandra Bullock is in that with him. Right?
Yeah, she's great.
Well,
now she's been
really good.
She constantly picks great movies.
She's really good.
I would say Clooney is a great example of someone who doesn't do a good job of either picking the director or picking the movie. Or maybe he's just doing things that he thinks are cool and doesn't care.
Ocean's 11 nailed it.
I think Oh Brother Where Art Thou, Ocean's 11. Well, Oh Brother Where Art Thou might be his best acting.
Well, he won 2 Oscars. One for Argo.
Oh, he's in Argo?
And one for Syriana.
He's in Argo?
He is in Argo, which was Ben Affleck's picture of the year.
Argo's fantastic.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen Argo.
Oh, it's really good.
He won an Oscar for that.
Supporting actor?
I'm looking at it. It's not...
Or is it just the Argo one?
Oh. Okay. Argo won.
Yeah.
So best performance by an actor in a supporting role was Syriana. So that would have been his personal Oscar.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah. Argo is fantastic.
He was nominated for a lot of these, though.
I forgot he was in Argo.
Ides of March is interesting. With Ryan Gosling. That's an interesting movie.
That's the political one,
is
right?
war?
Yeah, it's tough to watch.
Political.
Yeah.
I mean,
is there a bridge involved?
Sure.
At the end?
Yeah. I think in the gun with the guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was being so serious.
Yeah, the gloves.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
What'd you know going into it?
The tickle fight scene.
I thought we already asked this question.
I saw it in theaters. Anything else to add?
I don't remember.
I cannot
the first
remember.
time I saw this.
Yeah. I just remember instantly loving the camaraderie. I was like, I want friends like this. And I love Casey Affleck and his brother in this.
Yep.
That banter. By the way, the producer used real fights from his kids for the dialogue for that. Yeah, I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you.
This is probably the first time that I saw a movie like this, like a heist movie.
Yeah.
This was probably my first one.
So Baldwin's nephew is Casey Affleck's brother in this movie.
Oh, okay. The guy that plays Scott in Entourage?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a good job.
Sweet.
Scott from Entourage.
30-second synopsis. 9 words, slam poetry.
You better go because I have no idea.
I got you. You don't have much time, though. The one time they got every single star together to do a movie, and it worked. George Clooney with a goatee. Matt Damon, get in the car. Brad Pitt eating. Julia Roberts wears a lot of dresses. Don Cheadle blows stuff up, yo. So much more, but we're recording 2 in one night. Let's just start the show. Marcus? 9 words. He thinks he's ready.
That got me good. Don Cheadle.
Hold on, before I go, what's the name of Andy Garcia's character?
Dude, just call me Andy. Just call me Garcia.
You said it.
Crap.
You said it earlier, and I had it, and I just forgot.
Yeah.
Don
Pacino.
This is important.
Oh gosh.
Benedict
Arnold.
No, it's not Benedict.
Yes, it is. It's Benedict. Terry Benedict.
Okay. Ocean recruits friends to rob Benedict and get girl.
Get girl. And get girl.
I got to get this out of the way because it's on my mind. So Matt Damon is tailing. What made you stop and think? Matt Damon is tailing.
He was ready.
Is tailing Benedict. Okay, he's tailing his Benedict. He's getting his every move. What time he shows up. Who he meets with. All that. And Brad Pitt. And I, by the way, I'm going to use the actual actors' names the entire time. So that's just how it's going to be.
Yeah.
So
Mark Wahlberg.
Brad Pitt shows up.
I have the fun fact of all fun facts.
Brad Pitt shows up. Matt Damon's telling him, and Matt Damon goes, "Oh, now for the best part of my day."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh, this is where Julia Roberts shows up."
Yeah.
Sweet. The most underwhelming
Julia
first
Roberts.
look of anyone.
Yeah, it's not slow motion.
She's not pretty in it. She's just.
I disagree, Brett. I think she's gorgeous.
You
and
don't.
Go
You're
girl.
saving yourself.
Go
classically,
girl.
No,
classically
she's
beautiful.
Julia Roberts is.
Yeah, Alicia Keys.
Julia Roberts is gorgeous. She has matted hair. I don't know. It's the weirdest.
I'm not just arguing with you because it's
no.
funny. I just disagree with you.
The best part of my day, and she looked totally.
I thought she looked totally elegant.
I thought she looked great, and honestly,
What was
within
she wearing?
context, a red dress with red lipstick.
No, dude, she was wearing a business top suit.
Oh, I mean, whatever.
No, my
it
point
wasn't a
is,
dress. Yeah.
It
was
yeah,
like a pants.
You're right. It
my
was.
point is, it
flowy
was a
pantsuit.
weird setup to that. Just anyway.
We can't just watch Pretty Women every time.
Well, then this scene where
Pretty Woman, not
they're
Pretty
in
Women.
the
We should cover that.
museum
I think
together.
so too. It's a
Looks
great movie. So, the fun fact of all fun facts, if you listen to this show, you know that my wife confuses actors all the time. Specifically, she thinks Matt Damon's in all the Mark Wahlberg movies and vice versa. Matt Damon's part as Linus Caldwell, the pickpocket, was initially meant for Mark Wahlberg, who turned down the role to be in Planet of the Apes.
Nice.
I saw Planet of the Apes in theaters as well.
Cool. Oh man, let's just give anyone a mic.
Wow.
It wasn't that good. It wasn't that good. You don't have to see it.
What do you think about this?
What are you rated out of 9?
2.7.
Oh really? That bad?
It was bad.
Yeah.
No.
But how about that Coldplay remake with that? Everything is
It's great.
Yeah, it's awesome. That's a great song.
All right.
Anyway, I think she looked fine. And here's the context of which you should know. At the 2001, she had just been announced that she's the highest paid woman in Hollywood, making $20 million as her quote per.
Jeez.
And so to get her, and I already told you guys this, but everyone in the cast took a hit on what their normal quote was so that they could work together and make this movie under a certain budget. And Clooney had never met her, sent her the script with a $20 bill and said, "I heard you're getting $20 now per film if you want to do this."
That's great.
And it worked.
Didn't she and Clooney do a recent movie together?
Yeah, like on Netflix or something like that.
Where their daughter,
Yes.
they're divorced
Yes.
and their daughter.
Yes.
That was a funny movie.
Yeah.
Their chemistry was fantastic.
Those are
in
fun
that
if you're
movie.
let's watch a movie. There's a bunch of Netflix originals that are actually pretty funny.
Totally.
Yeah.
I like those Sandler movies. Ticket to Paradise is what you're talking about.
Yeah, Ticket to Paradise.
So
yeah, that's a good little like rom-com if you're just wanting to chill.
So Clooney is
Netflix
in
and
jail at the beginning of the movie, and they do this in Shawshank Redemption too. Do prisons really do those interviews before deciding if somebody can get released or not?
Last time I was in prison, they
Let's
did.
look at the guy with tattoos.
Do they, Rem?
Yeah. Last time I was there, they asked me if I was healed.
He has done.
My knowledge is strictly from movies.
This is probably not
This
true.
is a wrong podcast
So
for you.
movies and TV shows, and in all those cases, yes they do.
They do it.
If they're trying to get parole, they go through an interview process.
Your Facebook won't have the answer. Your Facebook won't have
It's
the
an
answer.
interesting question,
My Facebook
though.
will have the answer.
Why are we
with-
just assuming?
Oh,
this?
then please, by the end of the show, I want to know if you have anyone that.
Should we all just
answers
post
this.
right now to Facebook and ask and see who wins?
We should start doing that going live. My tummy hurts from all that Chewies that we had between episodes.
Marcus, what are we drinking?
Dude, we are drinking.
He
we
forgot.
are drinking a drink called Without a Trace.
It is. You called lemon. What did you say it is?
I said it was lemon forward.
lemon forward. That is accurate.
Lemon squeezy.
Yeah, you know what though? The more that I'm drinking it, the more I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, it's
great.
good. It's good. It's not bad. It's good.
I like to smell it.
It's not
Like
bad.
when
It's not bad, it's good.
when I've got the smell. Yeah, that smells good. But yeah, complex.
Did you guys see
complex
Trump
drink.
Plaza in the back when he's making that phone call to his parole officer?
Yeah.
Trump Plaza. Just wild what has happened since 2001.
You ever
And
been
no
to
kidding.
Trump
The guy from The Apprentice.
Hotel in Chicago before?
Yeah, we haven't been
I once-
inside. We drove
one of
past
the
I
it.
most-
once binged watched The Apprentice
You-
while I
you
was in
stayed
the
there?
hospital.
No, but one of the most immaculate bars that I've ever been.
So you just went in for the drinks?
Yes, we did a trip to Chicago, and it was after 2020, and Jeff was very fired up to go.
Really?
there. Yeah. And then
So when you're talking about what's a room cost there?
you know what? That might have been in DC, his hotel, but the one in Chicago has a
He
cool
can't
rooftop.
remember. He goes to all these
Yeah,
places.
he gets it paid for by the little people.
Yeah.
We pay for it. So that's the pay for
You
it.
guys pay
It's
for
all
it.
those
yeah.
sample kits.
Bernie Reg fees. Bernie Mac does not RIP by the way, does not get his
Yeah.
flowers enough, man. He's
He's great.
funny.
so
He's great, and Don
the
Cheadle gets a big.
the moisturized
Yeah.
part.
Oh, the
gets me every
moisturizer. What is
time.
it? Aloe vera. Aloe vera. Oh man, my hand hurts while I watch
I
that
think we can
scene.
do that
Really-
for 17,
really we should-
16.
16. 16.
Really, we should all be wearing gloves at night, strictly speaking. But I find that.
Did you know?
I find
did you,
that limits my social.
so I was. I'm sure you guys weren't allowed to watch any
The
of
Bernie
this.
Mac show.
Well,
Cedric the Entertainer.
starting at like 7 or 8, it was after Sunday Night Football on Fox back in the day. It'd be Simpsons, and then it'd always be like Family Guy, and then like Bernie Mac, whatever. So I would watch Bernie Mac show. He's like a stay-at-home dad.
Yeah.
In this show, so funny.
It's funny. Yeah, the
Make
Steve Harvey
quesadillas.
show. Like, there was a couple of shows like right after each other that I watched that I thought were really funny. Bernie Mac had a trajectory in movies near the in his
Yes.
50s that I really
Yeah.
liked. I really liked him with that Ashton Kutcher and whatever that movie's called.
Did he do a baseball movie?
Mr. 3000.
Yeah,
But I don't
Yeah,
know if he
he's
was the
funny.
main guy. Was he the main guy? Was he like the?
I think he was.
Was he?
Yeah.
That's an interesting choice. I do like Bernie Mac though.
The
quite a bit.
athlete.
Yeah. What else made us stop and think?
Okay, so you mentioned the first scene when they're teaching the celebrities how to play cards. Rusty's we meet Rusty, and it's Brad Pitt teaching these celebrities how to play cards. And what was interesting to me is that what's funny about mixing cameos in a scene like that is Brad Pitt and George Clooney are the most famous people at that table, but playing characters around other celebrities.
Yeah.
It's just a
it's
weird.
cool.
Yeah, it's a weird cameo.
I'll just bring in one of my hidden gems. I wrote Seventh Heaven, Walk to Remember,
Yes.
and Mighty Ducks.
Yes, all these Christian sitcoms.
I was like, wow,
so
I can't
funny.
believe I know every one of these people.
Apparently, that whole scene
That
was
70s
supposed
show.
to make fun of some sort of commercial, like Sprite commercial.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I know all these people were paying Rusty,
Mm-hmm.
but Did Rusty set it up so that
Clooney
Danny
took the
got
money?
all that money?
Yeah, I think it was more so just like
I think
taking
he
him
did.
than
I
it was
think
for the
that-
money.
I think he
If
just
he
let
would
him-
have split it with him afterwards, I would have said it because I was waiting for him to be
oh,
like,
he totally
"So where's
took
my
the
cut?"
money.
I
They-
don't
they
know. I'm
smarked
pretty
at
sure
the end.
I'm pretty sure they just work together. And,
Got it.
Yeah.
So
They don't care.
In that scene,
Yeah, they
I
don't need the
realized
money.
for the
They're
first
bored.
time something that stayed
The guy
true.
was on Seventh Heaven for how many seasons? Jeez, he's got all
The
sorts of
celebrities.
money.
I thought you meant they didn't care.
Well, no, the guy
They didn't care about those
Dawson's. Is it Dawson's Creek?
Dawson's Creek, yeah.
That's the guy.
Mighty
that
Ducks.
Riley and I.
guys. Come on.
Dawson's Creek.
Yep.
Free Willy.
There's a
They're
by the way,
different.
amazing song.
It's different?
For the
It's not
intro
that
to that
guy?
song.
The Dawson's Creek guy is the Free Willy guy. Yes, it is.
No, Mighty Ducks.
I have no idea.
He's a Free Willy
I
guy.
No, Mighty Ducks.
All right, hold on. Who we're talking about? Dawson's Creek. This is the Mighty Ducks man. The Mighty Ducks man. I swear to God.
Charlie
Name that
Conway.
movie. Oh my gosh.
The
you're
Mighty
right.
You
Ducks
gotta make
man
the,
himself.
Gotta make the first move, Conway.
Emilio Estevez.
You know the movie?
Yeah.
It is Free Willy though. It's Free
no,
Willy
he's
boy.
not in Free Willy.
Who is in
I
Free
do
Willy?
get them confused.
Hey, time
but
out.
It's not him.
I know the reference.
I literally probably would have agreed with you if I
Who
didn't
is
watch
in
Free
Free
Willy.
Willy?
a week
What
ago.
movie is that
You
from?
watched Free Willy a week? Jason James Richter?
Yeah.
I watched
Who
that
is
movie
this?
probably once a week at a minimum during
So
elementary school.
embarrassing.
Free
I
Willy.
could've sworn
So
it was
awesome.
Free Willy rock.
What movie
I
is
like
the
Free
Emilio
Willy
Estevez
too,
quote
also.
from?
Night at the Roxbury.
Night at the Roxbury.
That's their line when they go up to the girls.
Man.
You know what?
That's their
I
famous.
don't-
That's their
Dun,
pickup
dun,
line is that
I
they
don't
met
think I've-
Emilio Estevez.
I don't think I've actually ever seen Night at the Roxbury.
To be honest, like you're past the age where you'll actually enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's
That
one
makes
of
sense.
those nostalgic. It came from a Saturday Night Live skit with Jim Carrey.
Interesting.
So the scene that Rem was referring to where he's teaching the celebrities how to play poker was when I realized my favorite part about Brad Pitt's character is his answer to every question is not answering the question.
He doesn't. He stares at him.
He stares at them.
Yes,
So this
it's
is
a
the
great
first time it
sales
happens
tactic.
where Eric from that 70s show,
Yeah.
which now I'm saying his
Topher Grace.
there you go. He's like, I think it'd be best to pay you. I'd have to pay you by check though.
My accountant. Yeah.
I'll just pay you cash.
But it's longer than that. It's like an
Yes.
uncomfortable 5 seconds.
Yes.
And I wrote that down. It's like that's sales 101. Like, you know, whoever talks less.
He does it
wins.
with Clooney later. He's like 11. 11's probably enough, right? 11's
There's
enough.
an
11's good.
uncomfortable amount of similarity between being a con man and being a salesperson.
salesman. Yeah, those.
Like anytime you watch these movies with con men, you're just like,
yeah. Those who can't teach Jim.
For some
Jim
reason, I
McGowan?
thought you meant Jim McGowan. What's up, Jim?
teach Jim. That's funny.
Jim's the kind of guy that will invite you to play golf, and then if you take too long, I'll invite somebody else, and then you don't get to play golf, even though you already got a babysitter. I'm just giving a hypothetical. I'm just giving a hypothetical situation. I'm just describing the type of guy
I was
a
waiting.
Jim would be.
So, man, I was waiting. And then I thought,
For this to come up, I don't blame me. I invited both of you to play golf with me on that same Friday. Then Jim
I don't
says-
remember getting a text from Marcus Mangus
Yeah, you did.
to play golf.
A week
Oh,
earlier.
it was into a group.
You're right.
text.
You're right. It was a
And-
group text with 12 people.
No, it wasn't a group text. It wasn't a group text. It was just us. But just to be clear, then I was texted and I said, "Well, I already have 2 people playing, but you guys can come."
Marcus, you're giving a story that no one cares about to justify something that no one cares
to
about.
you. I'm justifying it to you.
Thank
I'm
you.
Just
We'll
saying.
hug off screen.
Do you know
Okay.
who George Clooney reminded me of multiple times during this movie that we all know? Chris Heigl.
Oh yeah.
He definitely reminded me of Chris Heigl.
The vibes.
When he was like, "So which casino are you gonna knock over?" And he holds up 3.
yeah.
I was like, "Oh, that's Heigl." That was
Nice.
good.
Honestly, I just thought that
Dream big, think big.
You talked about the dialogue, but specifically the dialogue and the chemistry between Brad Pitt and
Clooney.
is
Yeah.
fantastic. They're
Yeah.
finishing each other's sentences.
Yeah.
Or Danny Ocean will say something and Rusty will answer the question before it's over. And I feel like we do that to each other quite often.
Yeah. Do you think Clooney is viewed as
a puppet? Yeah.
Bigger star?
Yeah, exactly.
Is Clooney viewed as a bigger star than Brad Pitt or no?
You were going to say puppet?
We finished each other's sandwiches?
That's what I was going to say.
Elmo is a glove. Think about it.
I did it. He's a puppet. Is George Clooney a bigger star than Brad Pitt?
You think he goes ouch when he puts it on? Who?
George Clooney or Brad Pitt? Who's the bigger star?
I was thinking about this.
Brad Pitt at this time.
I think Brad Pitt
It's like the
was
fourth
bigger
Brad
because of
Pitt
what we
movie
just
we've
said.
done, by
Like
the way.
Brad Pitt was already like a movie star.
Yeah.
Clooney was a TV star.
So I don't know if
Brad
it's the
Pitt
movies
by
we've
a
done,
long shot.
but Brad Pitt feels like the ultimate glue guy in Hollywood because what you just said about him and Clooney, I've watched him do the exact same thing with Leo.
I think it's cheating that he won an Oscar for supporting role in Once Upon a Time. I don't think it's a supporting role.
So
He
that's
could win-
he has
he could
more.
win- he could win
What
for
defines
supporting role
what
in everything.
What defines a supporting role? The amount of lines he has got to be more than Leo and everyone else in that
he
movie.
turns the supporting role into a lead role.
You say that, but like he has his own scenes more so than Leo sometimes. Like,
but he's
what
not the
defines it?
main figure of the movie, and that's maybe what they're defining it as.
Maybe I feel like he is. That's what was weird to me. Is like I don't know what you're defining as a supporting role. Same thing, by the way, with Kieran and Culkin in.
I haven't seen that yet.
Well, there's only two characters basically in the entire film, and then they have a couple supporting cast, and like he has more lines and more, than Jesse Eisenberg, but yet he wins the.
Well, not just these two, but I just thought the whole cast was just so fun.
They were writing for this must have been really fun.
Whoever is the main central theme character, regardless of amount of time. Great example: Finding Nemo. Nemo's the main character. Finding Dory. Dory's probably the main character. Same amount of screen time for both movies. I was totally trying to be hilarious with that take, and you got so
really thinking
serious.
about it. I really think about it. Marvin, so Nemo, would you say Nemo's the main character? I mean, because he does get a lot of his own screen time on the other journey.
He does.
But Marlin, the clownfish,
Oh,
he gets a lot of screen
Tell
time.
us a
great
joke.
point. Great.
Be funny, clown. That's a Wedding Crashers.
Yeah, you guys are gonna have to lift this one.
Where are we at? Where are we at?
What made us-
Who's your favorite of the 11 characters? Who's your favorite?
Ooh. Okay. I really do like the casino guy that's getting pushed out by Benedict.
Ruben.
I like Ruben too.
I like him a lot.
That was the first person I was going to say too.
I like him a lot.
You can't take out any of them. You can't take out any of them.
Okay,
because
but
I like
favorite
them all, but I
Ruben,
really like Ruben.
Favorite Ruben moment is when he goes over to Linus. Oh, you're so and so's kid.
Yeah.
Boston, get inside.
Get in the house. Yeah.
Oh, that's lovely. Get inside.
Get in the house.
Yeah, I like him a lot. Don Cheadle's hard not to pick as well.
Okay, so Don Cheadle got a lot of flack for his accent.
Really?
And he openly admitted that he didn't do a good job. So much so that he, in the second and third, tried to put some stuff in the script to make it sound like he was trying to fake an American accent as a British guy. And I remember watching this thinking like,
I didn't know any better.
I mean, as Americans were watching this, like, I mean, unless you sold a ton of tickets in the UK and they hated it, like, I don't know why you're outing yourself. Because
I can see why people who know what they're talking about.
Oh, for sure.
care.
If you're from the UK, you're gonna see it instantly.
But I'm American. I don't care about that.
You're Americanese.
I hate that he felt the need to
exactly.
do something about it. Like I thought it was great. I thought
He's
his
epic,
character was
man.
awesome.
I mean, how many
I think
Oscars are in
my
this
favorite's
cast?
probably Brad Pitt. Honestly,
Brad Pitt
of the 11.
Do you like his
Hard not to pick.
tattoo? You don't remember his tattoo?
I don't.
It's a tattoo that anyone else is pretty trashy, but since it's Brad Pitt, it's like super cool.
Arm,
Yeah,
neck,
all the
what
way
is-
up his hand. Wow, you guys really don't remember?
Yes,
It's right there.
yes.
Yeah.
I do remember seeing it.
And I do think, and I'd put this down, I think it is hilarious how they just keep leaving Linus
Mess
out.
with Linus.
and Matt
That
Damon.
comes to a head
this
in
right here
13.
where he's like, don't, and just make sure
Whatever you do.
whatever you do, don't, and then he gets called
interrupted.
away.
Right here. Whatever you do.
You know what's funny is when I was young, I don't know why, but I thought that Brad Pitt was his dad. Like I have no idea why I thought that.
There are. I get it,
No,
though.
Mike, that's the pilot.
I get it.
No, not like in real life, but in the movie.
I get it. There's stuff. I get it.
That's the best E-Trade commercial of all time. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
So there's the E-Trade baby, but
Yeah.
he has a friend named Mike who's sitting across the aisle, and the pilot comes on and goes, "We're going to be landing in Indianapolis." And the other baby goes, "Dad?" And the E-Trade baby goes, "No, Mike, that's the pilot." And then he talks again. He goes, "Dad?"
Have we talked about Logan's Branch Summer team chant?
Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that was
For an
faint.
entire year, we'd be in a crowd of anywhere, and Logan would just yell, "Dad!" Concerts, the mall, it didn't matter.
I think Rem, you are indifferent toward Vegas, or you're a Vegas fan.
I am not a fan.
You're
I
not a
don't
fan.
enjoy being there.
Okay.
It's sad to me. I get very bored of the casinos early. Now, I will say I haven't done Vegas. I think there's different ways to do Vegas. If I went, because I enjoy
And
the
just saw the
shows, and I
shows.
love the feet,
And
I
the
love the
food.
food and the
Yeah.
show.
Love the
like,
feet.
I love the feet.
Marco, saw Marco there.
I love
No, but I did see Beetlejuice there.
Oh really?
The little black dude. Yeah.
Lost.
You know what I'm talking about?
little
No.
black dude.
No
The
idea.
guy named Beetlejuice? You would know you would know him if I showed
So if
you.
we saw
He's
him,
on a
we'd be
meme.
like, oh.
I was
got it.
stuck on Mr.
Has no
Deeds.
chin.
I was stuck on Mr. Deeds. That's where I was stuck.
I
love
wrote
feet.
I
do not know
wrote
why.
this note.
We're off the rails.
Vegas
Officially.
was super fun once I realized I could do it however I wanted
Correct.
to. To your point.
Yes. And I don't know that I've ever been in Vegas with people that like
Want
are
to
my
do that.
boys.
I've gone to Vegas for 3 days and not gambled once and had an absolute
Sure.
blast.
Sure, there's plenty of really fun things to do and good eats and
Actually, like outdoor hiking, like
yeah, you can do helicopter.
Yes.
All sorts of stuff.
I've actually never been.
Really?
Never been. Yeah.
it's not bad. You just have to create your own, like your version of it, because to Rem's point, it's kind of like the first time we went into a casino in Evansville, Indiana, thinking we were walking into a high rolling casino,
this.
and we were walking into there were more oxygen tanks there than in a NASA space shuttle.
Dude,
It was
that
very
was
sad.
Also
so
smoking.
funny
Yes.
to get kicked out of that casino.
And then he sneaks back in with a different shirt. Celebrating on his way to the table.
we lose Lindauer.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So anyway, Vegas. I don't know. There's pretty epic. Though.
Give me the Evansville casino any day.
The Bellagio let the crew tap into their security system to get real surveillance footage of the casino.
Oh wow.
At any given point in time during the shooting of this film, between 20 and 30% of the Bellagio was being used by the film cast. So they really, they were a fan. They probably enjoyed like the stars being a part of their casino a lot.
Is it a coincidence? I'm literally just thinking about this right now. Andy Garcia, Godfather, casinos in Vegas built by mobsters. Is there?
Well, yeah, because in the third one is Pacino.
Is it a coincidence that they picked?
No, I mean
they
you get
picked Garcia?
typecasted. Garcia is a mobster. In the second one is him again, and then the third
Yeah.
one they bring back Pacino and Garcia.
It's interesting.
Yeah,
What else?
Yeah,
is
I mean, I
Garcia-
knew that.
Pacino's like cheating. I always felt like it's too obvious of a choice in certain movies.
Mhm.
I don't know. It's weird. I mean, he does a great job, but if you're like always the villain in the mobster movies, and you're like, I just felt like it was cheating for.
What
Ocean's
else has
13.
Garcia been in?
He was talking about Godfather. He's in
Godfather.
Godfather 3.
Got it.
Was he in Godfather 2? He's in Godfather 3,
Yeah, he's
Part 3.
He's in them.
You're right, by the way. Affleck's brother and Baldwin being brothers in this movie.
Affleck's brother?
Affleck's
Ben's brother?
nephew, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben's brother Casey?
Yes. That's what I said, Affleck's brother.
Well, his name is also Affleck.
The famous Affleck everybody knows.
Casey's just as famous
Casey's
as Ben.
pretty famous.
So they are hilarious.
They are hilarious.
I like some Casey movies.
Casey's great.
And it's almost like
I
they
like
do
Casey
their
more
own
than Ben.
scenes. It's
And I'm
almost
not
like
just,
they have their own. Yeah, Ben's not. I'm not a huge.
Ben's making a comeback with some of the stuff he's doing. He just went through a bunch of stinkers.
He's had some
He's a better writer
really
and
good
producer.
movies that he's written / directed.
Yeah.
Over the last where he directs and acts over the last decade or so,
I liked him in The Town.
including Argo, including The Town. I mean,
I think people got really annoyed with the Boston narrative after Good Will Hunting came out. And Matt Damon broke free from that like typecasted rules and Ben kind of embraced it a little bit and just I think people got annoyed with
Was
that.
he in that movie, the book made into a movie with the girl that tries to frame him?
Yes, Gone Girl.
Gone Girl.
Yeah.
That I did like.
he
Yeah.
directed that one too.
Man, and he acted in it too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one I did like.
The
Other than that-
Accountant. The Accountant 2's coming out. The Accountant's really good.
You always talk about that. I haven't seen it.
You've never seen The Accountant?
No, but your reaction tells me I should.
Oh yeah.
So The Accountant 2 is coming out, and it's the brother is in it now.
yeah,
this
it comes
time,
out like
too.
this week.
Yeah.
Speaking of brothers, Luke
I won't say anything else. Have you seen The Accountant?
the characters you're talking about,
Oh,
Casey
man,
Affleck,
guys.
Casey Affleck and his twin in the movie, which is apparently a Baldwin
Yes.
nephew.
Do we know what's next? Should we do The Accountant?
I don't know, but hold on. So these twins are literally the two Hollywood brothers almost played them, and it was Luke and Owen Wilson. And that would have been a very different typecasting.
It would have been funny though.
It would have been fine. I think they would have done a good
'Cause
job.
they
I've
do
never
look
seen
like
them
brothers.
in a movie together except for Royal Tenenbaums, which is, by the way, what they passed us up for. Royal Tenenbaums.
Royal Tenenbaums.
Yeah. There was one leading actor in Hollywood at the time that was originally cast as Danny Ocean before Clooney. It's an action star. Who do you think it was?
In 2001,
2001.
Tom Cruise.
Nope.
action star.
Vin Diesel.
Nope.
Have
Closer
we
though.
covered this person?
Oh yeah.
Closer. Vin
He
Diesel
walks on
is
glass.
Closer. Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis, and
With his
he makes a
feet.
cameo in the 2004 sequel, which is not great, by the way, but I love it. Like,
I don't have a problem with it.
it's
I
just
think
not a
these
great
movies
movie.
are what they are.
It is like so. This is what's interesting. This is an interesting. Soderbergh essentially wanted to create a film that gave the opportunity to give audiences pleasure from beginning to end. So he wanted it to be a movie you just surrender to without embarrassment or without regret. Isn't that an interesting quote? It's just like the audience, you're winning the whole time. While you're watching this, you're just winning. There's not like a ton of
there's
like it's laughs.
there's
It's
quips.
like
It's clever. There's good writing.
you're not fearing that the hero's not gonna win.
You're
know
not
the
on the
whole
edge of your
time.
seat.
Yeah, but that's good.
You see what's coming a little bit. You know they throw some twists in there.
It can make it cheap though. Like if you try to accomplish that and you do it the wrong way and you don't get this star-studded cast, you don't get the good acting, it cheapens it and it's not good.
All right, we're looking at tests here. I wrote down a pretty serious question. What?
I'm sorry.
She looks beautiful in the scene, by the way.
Yeah. Backtrack.
Is Tess the target or the arrow?
Guys, we've talked about this on the
Clooney
show.
knows
I've
she's the
listened
hero.
to it and I still don't get it.
I don't either.
Still don't
I
understand.
don't know. But is she the target or the arrow, Brett? I'm
Heath
just
Ledger,
curious.
rest in peace, doesn't know what he's talking about.
So Andy Garcia believes she's the target, but Clooney knows she's the
Hold on. Hold on. You can make the argument that Heath Ledger in A Knight's Tale is actually worse than
Grandpa Joe.
this is a deep track. No, who's the bad guy in A Knight's Tale? Anyway,
Count.
Count Dracula. Count Adamar.
Adamar.
He goes, he goes, she's the target. She's not the target. She's the arrow. You can make the argument that Heath Ledger's worse because she's basically the thing
tool.
she uses, the tool to get what he really wants. It's not even her that she wants. He's worse.
Take that.
He's worse, Brett. You think you're so profound
and
over
now you finally get it.
Women are tools.
That's right.
I've been waiting months for this moment.
30 episodes.
I had to let you get there yourself.
Go back and listen to A Knight's Tale if you're trying to figure out what we're talking
Actually,
about, which was a
Knight's
great
Tale
episode.
is a fantastic episode. I feel like that's where we actually really turned the corner as
Yeah.
a podcast.
Well,
What are we talking about?
Unfortunately, you're allowed to turn back.
Whoa.
One of my notes says fireworks and saran wrap. Oh, so this whole movie is kind of you make this big plan, this big scheme with all your friends, and then once you hit play, things pop up, things go wrong, but it's like somehow at the end of the night, you all kind of share your version of what you experienced and how close you got to it not working out, and it still worked out. So we were doing TP Wars growing up. This is high school. And one time we were TPing my friend Tony's house, and all of a sudden this Jeep Wrangler flies by his house with people hanging out of it with paintball guns, and we get sprayed.
Nice.
So this starts the war. There are two groups within our friend group of you're on this side and you're on this side. So I planted a seed with someone from the other side. I sent a spy to say, hey, Brett's parents are going to be out of town this weekend. knowing that would be like, all right, we're TP in the house. So they go, they pull up, they're TP in the house. We let off the biggest fireworks of all time in our yard. So they run. Well, what they didn't know was while they were TP in our house, we filled their entire car with packing peanuts to the roof.
That is the worst.
And saran wrapped their car.
Oh my God.
So they run because the fireworks, and they get to their car and it's saran wrapped. They can't get in.
That's pretty epic.
It was awesome.
Did you film this?
No, it's like 2004.
Before you filmed it?
Yeah, it was like 2004.
I remember when I was in high school, someone put packing peanuts in my girlfriend's car.
Probably find them a year later.
We were finding packing peanuts for months.
Ugh.
It's ridiculous how difficult it is to get all the packing peanuts out of a freaking car.
Packing peanuts, sand. There's still sand in the back of my car from when we went to the beach.
And then Tim actually saran wrapped Jessica's car one time.
That is frustrating.
It was hilarious, but it was, yeah.
There's one song I will think of forever for Tim Cheek. And it starts with the word birthday.
You guys are just having a conversation over there, by the way.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Welcome to the show.
Fun fact. Bill Murray was supposed to play the lounge singer, but couldn't because he was filming the Royal Tenenbaums as well.
Wow.
Can you imagine Bill Murray? Is there any movie Bill Murray wouldn't make better? Passion of Christ. I came over I answered my own question.
Does he even
That would
speak
probably be
Aramaic?
pretty. That would probably be bad if you're like scouring the crowd. There's Satan with a little baby, and then all of a sudden Bill Murray just really fast next to the soldier with apparently aviators. Did you guys go back and watch that?
No.
I want to see that. It's not a verified fun fact.
Oh, we're not even verified?
Well, I mean, it was on IMDb, so it's probably true.
Yeah.
How well do you guys know Friends?
Not at all.
Brett?
I can name all the characters.
Okay, so there's 4 of these stars on Ocean's 11 that appeared in Friends in a pretty prominent role. Can you name them?
Brad Pitt.
Yep.
George Clooney. Did they both date Rachel?
No.
Brad Pitt did.
Brad Pitt. No, neither one of them I think dates.
Oh, really?
Rachel.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Brad Pitt, George Clooney. Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't know.
One of them was a series regular.
But I'm assuming Matt Damon.
Nope.
No? Okay.
So Elliot Gould, who's Ruben. plays the Geller's dad.
Yes.
And then Julia Roberts makes an appearance in the Jean-Claude Van Damme episode.
Oh, I didn't know she was in it.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. She's she hits on Chandler to essentially. I'm gonna ruin this for all the women who listen to this podcast. I'm not even gonna say it. Actually, I'm not gonna. She's basically like
because they haven't already seen Friends or what?
No, I'm just gonna ruin. I'm going to not say how it actually was because I can't remember exactly everything that happens in the episode.
Oh, got it. Okay.
She basically like messes with Chandler. Takes his clothes.
Don't email us. Don't add us.
Don't add us.
Don't add us. Don't add us.
You can email me if you want to make fun of Remington at thecoverpod@gmail.com.
One more fun fact of who almost played the role. So Saul, as I told you guys before, like has this epic bio, was this epic comedian growing up. Don Rickles almost played that, and that would have been really cool.
Yeah, I get that. That makes sense.
Don Rickles, man. I went down a deep dive of just Don Rickles roast videos.
Caddyshack?
On YouTube.
He is in Caddyshack.
Yep.
He
Dude.
is so funny. He's
a comedian's comedian.
There's no one else besides Chappelle, besides Don Rickles, that got away with the things that they said.
Yeah.
He could say anything and get away with it.
Well, they would do those roasts. Dean Martin was also a big part of those. I mean, those original roasts were...
He had this joke. Do you know who we're talking about, Don Rickles?
You think they're bad now.
Yeah.
They were...
Oh, yeah. Gloves were off.
Oh.
Don Rickles tells this story of hanging out with Sinatra. He's like, when he first started, broke the scene with Sinatra. He tells two stories that I'll never forget. My dad and I talk about this. It's so funny. He goes, he saw Sinatra sitting in the corner at this restaurant that's really hard to get into, and he was with a date. He goes, he walks over to him. He's like, "Hey, Frank," and he goes, "Can you come over? Impress my date and say hi to me on your way out of the restaurant." He goes, "Sure, Don. Anything for you. Anything for a friend." So Frank gets up on the way out, and he goes over to Don Rickles' table, and he goes, "Hey, Don, how you doing?" And Don goes, "Frank, can't you see I'm eating here?" He tells this other story. They're in this back room. He says, like, Frank used to have this big old temper, and he would just let the waiting staff have it. And he got really frustrated in the back room one time and just throws a bottle of ketchup against the wall and breaks it. And he goes, and Don goes, "It was completely silent." And like 10 seconds later, Don goes, "Frank, can you pass the ketchup?" Just stuff like that. It's just so clever, the timing. Like those two, Don Rickles and Bill Murray, like would have been a perfect casting in the Ocean's 11. Like their humor is perfectly fit in there.
That being said, the actor who plays Saul, what's his name? He does a great job.
He does do a great job.
He does a great job. But I could picture either doing very well. What lobby singer for Bill Murray?
I was trying to remember that too. It's a fun fact I read.
It just would have been maybe it would have been added in. What else made us stop and think? I loved how they created this situation where every time they cut back to the hotel room where the tech guy is, there's one more part of the crew watching the rest of the plan develop. So as each of them get done, it's just one by one by one by one.
Yeah.
I thought that was really, really neat. I liked that a lot.
Fun fact, Steven Soderbergh originally wanted to shoot this in black and white.
Was the original black and white?
In the 60s? Yeah, most likely.
Is that why?
I don't know for sure. I don't know, but I just don't think that would have been a good call.
No.
He got voted down by somebody.
I think these are my favorite kind of movies.
Oh, really? Popcorn flicks?
I think not just a popcorn flip, but like a
smart.
You're figuring out how all these different pieces are going to work together. I know it's not exactly the same, but like it reminds me of Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, which is maybe my favorite movie of all time. I love that movie, but just
like Glass Onion and like Knives Out, those kinds of movies too.
Those I like, but I don't know why I wouldn't say they're the same as this.
Too much of a mystery
where this is like legitimately like everything's coming together at the and I love these types of movies
just because it's easy.
Some of them are. Lock, Stock is surprising, but this to your guys' point earlier where it's like
that's why you're saying popcorn flick. You can just watch it and just enjoy it.
Yes.
You're not on the edge of your seat.
I'm attentive and laughing constantly though, for sure.
There's plenty of things in here whether it's little jabs that they're getting at each other or whatever that, you just don't pick up on. I didn't pick up on when I was younger, but now I understand significantly more fully.
Because we're like them?
Yeah, I just get, I don't know, I just watch this movie a lot differently at 38 than I did at
17.
18 or whatever, 17, 16.
I watch about the same.
The scene... yeah, that hasn't changed. So the scene where Saul's walking through the casino with his two bodyguards who are the twins behind him, and he's wearing that awesome suit, and he's just walking like he just owns the joint. It reminds me of this prank that people played in Vegas, and this kid in his 20s just put on like sunglasses.
Yes,
and
he
got
acts like
his
the
friends.
MMA fighter.
Yeah.
Yes.
He just acts like he's famous. He doesn't even act like it. He doesn't say anything. He just acts like he's famous, and he gets his friends to kind of walk as an entourage, and has a couple people like try to get his autograph, and he pushes them away to create this thing. And then what happens is everyone tries to get their picture with him, and he starts posing with people. No one knows who he is, but they think he's famous.
Shadow boxing.
It's so
Do you guys remember when we tried to get girls at the bar to think that Kyle was an NBA player?
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. We should do more stuff like this. Like if we ended up going to Vegas, that I'd be way more interested in doing fun stuff like that.
But Jim has to be the one. Whatever we do, Jim is the one.
Oh man.
No, yeah, and they end with like they have VIP spot, and
Yeah.
they're like Jake Paul is scared of me or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
So funny.
But literally, as I'm watching, I'm like, why don't we do this?
We could totally do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would we be? What would
Doesn't
It
even
wouldn't
matter.
have to be anything. We would just be, that's the famous guy. Like that's the funny part. Like you don't say anything. People just think you're famous.
people will definitely
Exactly.
come up and ask for an autograph or ask for a picture.
Our
Yeah.
problem is we're too famous.
That is true.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't work for people.
Well,
on the
they
cover
they've
podcasts.
probably seen me before wherever we go. So,
Exactly.
Yeah.
We've got authors. I mean, it wouldn't work for us anymore.
What question are we on?
like,
I
oh
think
my
we're
gosh,
getting to quotes. I don't know.
he's in his entourage. He must be really famous.
That's right.
Really famous. Really famous. Anything else make us stop and think?
I just kind of felt like Matt Damon was Chris Gibson. That's all.
Always being picked on.
Mm-hmm.
The difference is Matt Damon actually does mess up stuff.
Well,
Chris
it's fair.
messes up stuff.
Yeah, that's fair.
Matt Damon does mess up stuff.
There was another note that said Brad Pitt agreed to being the film after George Clooney, who was the first to join the cast, personally asked him. I just wonder how much of that goes on in Hollywood.
It sounds like whoever gets chose as the leading actor or actress
Maybe-
is like, hey,
maybe just this movie. Like I haven't read that a lot with other ones, like where like, not to say that it doesn't happen, but it really feels like Clooney he really wanted to get his all-star cast with.
You
this
know
one.
that people like working together, though.
For sure.
Yeah.
I feel like there was one other person, and maybe it was Leo, maybe it wasn't, that was responsible for recruiting their supporting actor or actress.
Well,
on the show.
Pacino and his guy, and his agent,
Yes.
they put together their casts
Yeah.
quite a bit in that book.
Leo just has a handful of directors that he continues to work with.
Yeah, Leo and Scorsese.
Nolan, Scorsese,
Yeah.
even Tarantino now.
Yeah.
Spielberg and Star Wars. What else made us stop and think? Or hidden gems.
Oh, we have hidden gems too now, huh?
Hidden gems. We got quotes as well. Yeah.
Okay. Here's a hidden gem.
Yeah.
That's also a quote.
Go ahead. Oh, I like it.
Of all the gin joints in all the world. He drops that line.
What's that from, Brett?
That's from Casablanca.
Well done. See, this is educating the world of people like Brett.
That was there.
Are we on quotes and
Grabbed
gems?
it.
I don't know.
Let's do
Brett threw it all together.
favorite quotes.
Brett's getting tired.
This is
Favorite
I think this might be my favorite line in the movie. I only lied about being a thief, and I don't do that anymore. What,
Mhm.
steal from people? No, lie.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Yeah. I'm honest. Yeah, I'm a thief, but I'm an honest thief.
So, talking about some guy that Brad Pitt knew in the game. You send flowers, Nah, dated his wife for a while though.
Yeah, I love that one. I'm not sure what 4 9s does, but the ace is pretty high, right?
In the celebrity game.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you've been practicing that speech, haven't you? A little bit. Did I rush it? Yeah, I rushed it.
You guys want to hear some movie magic? I don't want to destroy the best movie ever.
Please,
Yeah,
sure.
The total heist would have weighed too much to carry out. The U.S. Treasury has the weight of $1 million at 22 pounds. Multiply that by 163. The total weight of the heist would have been 3,586 pounds. Divide that by 11 con men, which would have been 326 pounds per man out of the casino.
They would have been
wait.
dragging.
How much were they? $1 million is.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And then you multiply by
Yeah, yeah.
A lot.
Yeah, they were jacked.
A lot. Yeah.
If we were
Maybe
walking
Brad
out.
Pitt, not the others. Definitely not Saul.
Gotta walk before you can crawl.
Listen, the Monon Bell
Reverse
is
that.
400 pounds. That's pretty heavy. 300 and something, you said?
Yeah.
Each person?
Mm-hmm.
So 150 or so on each one?
On a duffel
farmer's
bag.
carry with a duffel bag.
Yeah,
like,
that'd be pretty tough.
that's not happening.
Be pretty
I
tough.
had movie magic.
You definitely
Wasn't
wouldn't
that?
look like you're just walking with a duffel
That'd be
bag.
pretty tough.
You'd be doing.
I
a
might be
farmer
able to
carry.
pull it off, but you two definitely wouldn't.
They all do everything, including building the vault.
together.
They can't. Yeah, they can't.
Yeah, man.
No.
Yeah, man.
They should have said, hey. These
Oh, now we're just
three
gonna rip it apart.
are-
Now we're just doing movie magic.
Oh, here's the other movie magic. This is the best part of my day. It was so underwhelming
Stop
when
it.
they showed
You're
Julia
saying
Roberts.
it again.
It was
You're saying
so,
it again.
It was so
All
underwhelming.
right, I got a quote for you. Does he make you laugh? He
That was
doesn't make me cry.
What
But
do you do? What do you do with that?
But she
she-
knew that he had her.
Yeah,
She
that's
knew he
the
had
thing.
her.
That was the only thing she could have said.
Yeah. It's not about that. It's not entirely about that. When he asked him if it's about Tess.
Yeah.
More quotes?
Do you want something to read? A magazine? When you're stuffing him into the thing and then he gives him the finger. It's pretty funny.
It's a great quote. When you have to explain it.
I forget.
I thought you guys would think it was funny, but apparently
I
not.
think Saul. It's Saul. No. Who's the guy that is Chandler's dad on Friends?
Ruben.
Ruben. It's Ruben or it's Saul. Tess is with Benedict now. She's too tall for him.
So when they
he has
throw
a
him,
lot of comic relief in this.
when they throw him into the thing and the guy comes in and he punches him and Danny goes, sorry Danny, I forgot. Oh, it's okay. How's your wife?
Yeah.
Oh, she's pregnant again. That just really resonated with me.
Because George Clooney's line right after that was actually really funny, and the fact that you didn't even say it was even funnier.
I forget, what he said.
It was something like,
that'll happen.
That'll
or
happen.
something.
Yeah, that
that'll
happens.
happen.
That happens.
I mean, that's literally a conversation I've had with people. How's your wife? Pregnant
Dude,
again.
so
That'll happen.
The episode we just filmed, Fever in the Heartland, talks is similar in this aspect where he had basically earned the invisible empire, which we never mentioned in the show, which we should have, was so deep that he owned everybody. Like he owned, the cops, he owned politicians. Everyone was secretly, Danny's kind of like the good version, the Robin Hood version of this, where like everyone loves him because he takes care of the servers. He takes care of
Starting with like the security
Security
guard.
guards. Like they all love him. He's like the modern Robin Hood.
He's got
almost.
people everywhere.
I loved Benedict's close with Saul. Those are my terms. Yes or no? That's a great close. It's a great close.
Yeah.
I loved it. And then my final quote was Danny coming to Tess at the very end, and she's getting ready to like yell at him and be like, no, don't talk to me, get out of here. And he's like, no, I just came to say goodbye, and then walks away. He had her. He had her the whole time.
He had her.
knew he had her. He knew he had her.
Brett's inner dialogue when it comes to the guy getting the girl.
He had her.
So she was the target.
She was the target. She was the arrow.
Well,
she was the arrow the whole time.
She wasn't much.
She
of
was
a
the arrow.
tool.
He got what he wanted through her.
I don't know.
She was the
I didn't
arrow.
think she was much of a tool in the process.
Well, you can't call Julia Roberts a tool.
Right. That's why she's the target.
All right, so this is the kind of banter that I'm talking about. Man, I'm bored. You look bored. I am bored. How was the clink? You get the cookies I sent? Why do you think I came to see you first?
Mm-hmm.
That was great. The whole movie just full of that. And by the way, it's better in Ocean's 13.
Is it?
It is.
And then there's an Ocean's 8.
Yeah, we
that
don't
the
talk
girl,
about
That's
that
just
girl
ladies.
version? Yeah.
That's Sandra Bullock, right?
To be honest, I haven't fully watched it.
To be honest,
I think that was
haven't seen it.
I think that was an airplane movie
It's
where I was falling
fine.
asleep.
It's
and
not
Isn't Anne
good.
Hathaway in that?
It's just.
I love Anne Hathaway and I love Sandra Bullock.
Caitlin Clark recently said that if there was a movie made about her
It's-
life, Anne Hathaway would play her.
It's
There's
better.
there's some similarities there.
It's better than Barbie.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, that's not hard.
Okay, girl version of guy movies that I really liked, Bridesmaids,
Yeah,
was awesome.
that was pretty funny.
Is that the girl?
Kristen,
movie
anything
Hangover?
Kristen Wiig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kristen Wiig is hilarious.
She's very funny.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
Very funny.
It was weird seeing her play a villain in
So is
Marvel.
Melissa McCarthy, though.
She makes me uncomfortable in Bridesmaids. I'm not gonna lie.
Diarrheaing in the sink.
Just
Just
disgusting.
hidden gems.
I think we just do that.
I've done a couple of them.
Well, Pitt speaking and hearing Chinese out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Like
all
you
of
don't
them.
know.
All of them.
Yeah,
I did think it was funny. Yeah, they all just understand him. I thought it was funny that they said 3 to 6 months later, and not a specific time. I thought that was pretty funny.
that was good.
I wrote down Cheeto grabbing his crutch, but I have no idea what that means. So take that for what it is.
I had a Cheeto watching the hotel get blown up on TV while it was happening, right behind him when they demolished them.
Yeah, that's an
Casino.
interesting. How about this one? Julia Roberts ends up marrying a cameraman named Danny. True fact.
Wow.
Can you imagine being the cameraman and having the audacity to think you have a chance?
Absolutely.
With Julia Roberts.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I had the same.
100% I can.
Yeah, I'm a freaking cameraman. What are you talking about? Like,
Let's
I'm
go.
the best cameraman.
Let's go with one more Julia Roberts thing. Danny Ocean, right? While the thing is being blown up, you just reminded me of this. While the hotel is being imploded, everyone turns around to look, and he's staring straight at the target, not the arrow.
So I had the same. I had the same hidden
Just
gem
like
down
Phil Knight.
that Don Cheadle holds his balls. It's right before he.
Oh,
clicks
it's before
on
he clicks the pinch.
That's what it was.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's about to do the pinch. He doesn't even grab. He just
just
squeams a little bit.
Yeah,
he just
okay, that's
turns
what it was.
sideways
Clutch.
and covers himself.
Not crutch, clutch
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
what I wrote down.
I love all of his quips
Yeah.
in the movie.
Don Cheadle's great.
He's probably my second favorite.
Have you seen
of the
Hotel
11.
Rwanda?
Yes, but
That's a good movie.
the one thing I'm not upset about Don Cheadle.
I haven't watched that in a long time.
Have you seen Crash?
I'm mad that they replaced the dude in Iron Man, whose name is
Yeah, we've
escaping
talked
me.
about
Don
this.
Cheadle?
They
He's caught a
just
lot of flack
replaced
recently for
him.
saying that America shouldn't glorify Captain America or something like that.
Oh wait, who said that?
The new Captain America.
No, not that guy.
Oh,
So, but
No, they replaced Iron Man's
yeah. I know
right hand man.
from Don Cheadle.
with Don Cheadle
Oh, you didn't like
in
that?
the first Iron Man, it was a different
Yeah, we've
Terrence
talked about
Howard,
this.
right?
Terrence Howard. Terrence Howard. I just felt bad for Terrence Howard.
Also, in,
Everything for
Crash.
Brett comes back to the Marvel universe.
It's all connected. Any other hidden gems?
That's great. I see what you did there.
All right, rating time. What do we got, boys?
For me, 7.6.
Good
movie.
That's so disappointing.
Good movie, popcorn movie.
You
one of my
have to
favorites.
do
I
it for
enjoyed it.
what it is.
8.5 for me. I loved watching this movie.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is I actually thought I was going to rate it higher. And then when I watched it to rate it, I was like, It's good.
Sounds like you watched it while you were cleaning, which is fine.
It wasn't while I was cleaning. It was while I was holding a puking child.
Oh, dude.
See, that ruins the experience. You were eating popcorn with all sorts of stuff.
That's like watching Gladiator on your phone.
Maybe. Might be the case. Email me at thecoverpod.
I'm dishing out 9s tonight. It's a 9 for me.
Oh, it's a great movie.
It's just a 9. It's a 9 for what it's worth. It's awesome. I wouldn't change anything.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue with you on that. For me, it's not.
I'd watch it
because I gave Pirates of the Caribbean, which I also thought was going to be a 9, and I gave it in the 7s.
Yeah.
You know, but also I love that movie.
Listen, I honestly, I really, really like this movie.
You're at a different stage when you can watch with your kids. I'm really excited to watch nostalgic movies with my kids when they reach the age. Like Pirates of the Caribbean, I can't wait to watch with it. And they get so excited. Like when my kids get excited about something, like, Dad, did you? And they tell me all the jokes I told when I was a kid. I'm like, all right, this is
I
fun.
actually wanted to watch this movie with Reed.
But you didn't?
No, because the timing just didn't work out.
Yeah.
I heard Willow in the back seat today tell Rose the joke. Are you smart? Yes. Then spell it. And I got to see every phase of the joke until the end. And I was like, some things never die. And that never dies.
Piper could not wait to say, knock, knock, who's there, banana. Knock, knock, who's there, banana. I was like, all right, we're going to see how many bananas she gets to before she actually remembers what the joke is.
My kids still get too excited they ruin the end of the joke. Yeah, they ruin the end.
Yeah.
What's next?
My favorite is.
Is it Happy Gilmore?
My favorite is knock, knock, who's there? Interrupting cow. Interrupting cow. No, you ruined it. Because they don't do that. They wait until it's over and then go moo. Mangus,
his kids are very smart. What's next? You know what? What's next?
I think it's Happy Gilmore, isn't it?
May 5th, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Is on the
Princess
horizon.
Bride.
Princess Bride at Books and Brews, live recording, confirmed giveaways.
On my birthday.
Marcus's birthday, Cinco de Mayo. Come, actually, nope, don't have a margarita. Have a beer.
I'm going to sneak a margarita.
Specifically,
Anybody want a peanut?
Anybody want a peanut?
being released that evening. Maybe a couple growlers
Oh, you could do that.
included in a giveaway.
If you wanted to, you could try the Charlie
Yeah.
that we had.
Give it a shot.
It's pretty good.
It's going to be a great night. Get your tickets, Eventbrite. Check our socials for it.
Can we tell people what episodes they should listen to if they like this episode?
If they like this episode,
A Knight's Tale.
they should listen to A Knight's Tale. Great. If you want some of the books perform very, very well. Boys in the Boat, one of my favorites. We just did Fever in the Heartland, which I think that is I don't want to say the word mandatory, but you should read it if you're from Indiana.
You should read it. I agree.
Yeah. Blew me away.
Yeah.
May 5th. Get your tickets. We'll see you there.